Hello everybody, Chronicler here again with another LEGO MOC review. Just a disclaimer to start with, or maybe not a disclaimer, but a message. I am wanting to do more of these because you guys liked the first one of the KWing, and I am working on getting a shooting space with some better lighting. I've tried to improve upon last video a little bit by changing my angle, but right now this is the space with the best and most lighting in my apartment. So I work with what I have. Since this isn't something I do a lot, I just kind of try to work with what I have without spending a whole lot of money on it or anything, but I could probably do better. I just got to find the right place. Anyway, working on that. Anyway, enough of that. So today what I have for you is the EWing Interceptor starfighter. Now you say, but Jacob, the EWing wasn't an interceptor. Not technically. It was a mainline starfighter, more similar to the X-Wing in function than an interceptor like the AWing. Well, that's correct. In the Legends universe. However, this particular model of EWing is much smaller than the standard size, the one that appeared in Legends. This particular variant would have appeared in the sequel trilogy to my Starfire trilogy books, two of which are out, one of which I am still working on after 4 years. I'm working on it. Really, I am. Anyway, this would have appeared in the New Republic fleet as a replacement to the classic AWing. It would feature better firepower and the ability to slot in an astromech droid in order to provide hyperspace coordinates and calculations, in-flight repairs, all that sort of thing, as well as having better firepower with an extra laser cannon, and better shielding, and probably not quite higher speeds, but the shielding would have counted for that. It would be manufactured by Freytech, I believe, and would have served in my New Republic fleet alongside ships such as the T-70 X-Wing, the SF-17 Star Fortress, the Resistance Bomber, and the Cohensayer KWing, which I showed you last time. So this would have been the smallest fighter out of those, and would have been specially made for fighter-to-fighter combat, fighter superiority combat, in order to support the larger ships. It would have featured a full suite of features such as shielding, sensors, hyperdrive, all that sort of thing. So let's take a quick look at it. As you can see, it's much smaller than my last model, which is to be expected, as it is an interceptor and not an assault fighter. Completely custom build. Very proud of the build. It's nice and compact, yet I feel it's got quite a lot of detail in it for something its size, and is pretty sturdy too. And let's take a look at its features here. So first, the landing gear will fold up and in as such. Very nice. No other landing gear because there's not really any place to put them, but the front landing gear works just fine. As far as armament goes, the EWing has 1, 2, and 3 laser cannons, which can be fired independently or linked, and it has 1 and 2 ordnance launchers, which would usually fire things such as proton torpedoes, concussion missiles, that sort of thing. You see them there, I have some light-up studs representing them. They're actually flick-fire missiles. But I don't like flick-fire missiles all that much because they don't work great, and under here it's kind of hard to reach them. But they're nice decoration, and they technically do function. I was considering replacing them with some spring-loaded shooters, which I like a lot more. But there just isn't. I don't think there's enough room for the whole missile shooter to go through there, so that probably wouldn't work. I'll just leave it the way it is. The wing design in particular I really like, because you've got the bent segment here, and then this extra brace on the top holding it in makes it nice and sturdy. The whole side of this can actually come off for maintenance, or when I'm taking it apart to move, both wings can actually detach there and be more easily transported or bagged up that way. It goes back on relatively simply. If I can do, there we go. So yeah, not bad at all. Up here, we have the astromech slot that opens up, and you have an astromech droid in there. Let's take him out and look at him. So the EWing was specifically made to work with the R7 series of astromech droids, because the R7s were better at everything, basically. God, you really not focus. This is the closest figure I have to representing an R7 astromech droid, because it looks the most different, I suppose. I bought this one online. I didn't get the whole set. I think it came with the Hoth UCS playset, I think, which I really didn't feel like getting and didn't really want to spend that much money on. But anyway, so I think this will do just fine for an R7 unit. And just slides right in there. And there you go. That part does have to be open for the cockpit canopy to slide open. There we go. And we have our New Republic pilot here. Hello there, friend. And God, I'm starting to hate shooting this with my phone. It's all I've got. It's better quality at least than my old video camera. But what are you gonna do? There we go. Hey bud. Hello. Really love the detailing LEGO does on the Rebel and Resistance pilot helmets. I absolutely love it. They look incredible. In an old AWing flight suit there. So I thought that looked nice. So we'll set him aside. Interior crocodile alligator. We have a little panel. Whoops. Panel with some detailing on it. It's a X-wing targeting reticle thingy-majigger, so that just gives it some extra detail there. And we'll take Mr. New Republic pilot, settle him right back in so he can fly a ship. This locks down very nice, and of course that there, and it's a pretty good overview of the E-Wing. Let's do a comparison. So here is the E-Wing compared to the classic A-Wing Starfighter. This is an actual LEGO set, not a MOC or recolor. It was part of the Star Wars Rebels set, A-Wing versus Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. Awesome set. I recently demolished the TIE Advanced in order to improve my Resistance Bomber set, which I will probably show later once I have it done. But the A-Wing itself, just love the coloring on it. I'm not talking about that set right now. That's right, I'm talking about my E-Wing. Anyway, so yeah, they're pretty similar in size. E-Wing's got a larger wingspan. Other than that, they're more or less the same size as far as like length goes. E-Wing's also a little taller, but it's got that extra blaster cannon up at the top there. So that probably doesn't make too much of a difference when you're zipping around at high speeds. So they're pretty small targets, be difficult to hit. So anyway, and then compared to the T-70 X-Wing, that is the model that came from The Force Awakens. Very awesome set. But again, I'm gonna have to remember to talk about the about the E-Wing, not the X-Wing. But as you can see, the X-Wing is quite a bit larger and has a much larger wingspan. The T-70 was specifically created to fulfill both a fighter and a bomber role. So the E-Wing would fight next to it, helping take out targets, while the X-Wing could still hold its own, but focus more on taking out heavier targets like capital ships or ground targets, that sort of thing. And compared to my KWing, as you can see, the KWing is much larger. The cockpit of the KWing almost is the same size or at least the same length as the EWing itself, if you're counting the turbo laser cannon. Again, the EWing would have flown support around the KWing, making sure he didn't have to deal with any other smaller, peskier enemy pilots, while the KWing could hit its more important targets, unleashing its payload. Anyway, and there is the EWing compared to her crew, size-wise, so pretty decent minifig scale. Again, to just bring in comparison, the AWing. That's about the same scale. I feel like smaller ships like this are much closer to realistic size as possible, better than bigger ships. But anyway, yeah, that's basically the EWing. Just a quick little video there, not nearly as much as I had on the KWing, but you know, something fun to do while we're waiting for Spartan's Omega Halo. Might have a few more of these out before then. So yeah, if there's anything particular you think I'd have that you'd like to see, just let me know in the comments. Don't forget about fan mail. Fan mail is very important, to me anyway, and I love seeing it. So if you have any questions about Lego stuff, or my personal history with Legos, what my favorite set is, least favorite set, anything like that, any thoughts, what other brands I might like, just send me a fan mail. If you have any questions about that sort of thing, just send it to my email address. It's in the description, you know what it is. I'd be happy to answer. I love answering all that kind of stuff if anybody's interested out there. And I'd love to see what you guys think of this model too. Don't forget to post a comment down below. It would be nice to see. I've never really shown anybody this stuff before. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time with another set, and then later on we will have more machinimas. See you guys later. No, Jess. And then compared with my KWing. As you can see, the KWing is quite a bit bigger. Hello, Jess. Please leave the frame. This is kind of a spur of the moment thing. Yeah. Why? Because my wife is out of town, and I have nothing better to do. I'm bored as shit. You know my email address. Good Lord, Cat. I told you to go. Good grief. God, not sure where I'm gonna cut that.